So the Lakers hired JJ Reddick as their next head coach. And honestly, I love the move. I'm a fan of it. This is what I wanted. It's going to sound crazy, but for the situation at hand, I like it better than bringing in Dan Hurley. And the only reason because of that is because you can tell JJ Reddick is going to be a player's coach. Him and LeBron already have the connection. They do a podcast together. And what I will say about JJ Reddick is often you see these players trying to be coaches, and a lot of the time it doesn't work, doesn't gel. JJ Reddick seems like more of a Steve Kerr than a Jason Kidd or a Steve Nash. He was kind of for JJ Reddick to be good, he didn't have the best size. He had to really work on his fundamentals in the league, and I think that he's going to take that into his coaching. And if you watch the podcast that he does, obviously that means nothing about being a head coach, but every time before he brings LeBron on, he shows a blueprint, he goes through some stuff. He seems like he will be able to take on the role of a head coach, especially with this team. Do I think that if he went to Detroit that he would have success? No. But given this current situation with LeBron, with AD, he's a player's coach. It's the right fit for JJ Reddick. And if you really think about it, look at Steve Kerr. Look at they were both 3-point specialist guys. They would hit big shots, big times. They were usually deep threats, really fundamentally good shooting guys. Steve Kerr just seems to have an act to bring in a good shooters to the Warriors. What do the Lakers need? What's the big need? They have the inside dominant presence of LeBron and AD. They need a shooter. They need shooting. Maybe he's a good recruiter. Maybe he has an eye. The Lakers have the first round pick this year. The second round pick is going to be Bronny, but the first round pick is there. I think it's like pick 17. Maybe he has an eye for good shooters, and he can build shooters around this team. If the Lakers have a good, like a dead-eye 3-point shooter, like you add 2 more of those to the roster, it's going to be really tough to beat them. They just haven't had that. They haven't shot well from 3. I think I think D'Lo was their best 3-point shooter, but I think LeBron was second. And that's not knocking LeBron, but he probably shouldn't be second within their 3-pointers. You should have more specialist-driven guys. But I like the hire. The only thing I don't like about it is for the future. 4 years, bit steep. Like max LeBron has left, I think, in my opinion, is 2. I wouldn't be surprised. That's video for another day, but I wouldn't be surprised if he called it after next year. So I don't know how good of a coach JJ Reddick can be without LeBron or without that proven superstar. But for now, for the current, I like the move. I like what they did. I think JJ Reddick is going to be a good head coach. I think the only other option they would have had at this point, because Dan Hurley turned them down, would have been Monty Williams, who just became available. I don't think that would have been the worst. But also at the same time, he is a guy that's looking to do different things than what I believe JJ Reddick's going to do. He's going to be a player's coach. Him and LeBron are going to get along really well. There's going to be no backlash in the locker room, win or lose, between them. And that can go a long way. When everybody on the team's happy, you're usually winning games. And that's what I think at this point. So pretty much like the hire, and we'll see what happens.